One way to look at this is training is designed to give you an answer. Education is designed so that you ask the right questions. So you can be well trained, but that could be a very narrow, limited, mechanical function, which is useful, certainly at entry-level positions. But at some point, as a leader, you have to start asking questions. Training is important. Training is critical. But education is more important in the sense of developing this intellectual curiosity, this ability to question, this willingness to question in a civil and appropriate way, I should add. But this questioning is vitally important. How do you negotiate with tribal leaders so that they will, cooperate with you? How do you even talk to them if you're not as familiar with the language? How do you get governmental services into a village which the local government is not particularly effective? All of these are way beyond just sort of technical issues. They're cultural. They're a grasp of the history of the area, and that's exactly what. And this is not just a situation of senior commanders. That's what some captains and lieutenants are confronted with on a daily basis. I do not know if this is because other services have a more enlightened view of officer development, but I sense that many of the senior leaders are coming from the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, and they also are coming with, I think, a much more strategic viewpoint. Strategic encompassing not just military strategy, but a sense of economics, a sense of budgeting, a sense of force, a sense of the political interplay, both in the United States and around the globe. One of the compelling stories I remember about General Marshall is that he carried around a little notebook with the names of officers that impressed him all through his career. And those impressions were not just strictly based upon technical skill, but they were based on his appreciation of their potential, and which is a critical aspect of leadership development. Not just what you're doing now, but what can you do in an advanced position 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. And when World War II erupted, the Chief of Staff of the Army, General Marshall, was able to go to his list and begin to put people in who might otherwise have been overlooked by the traditional metrics of the military. He commanded already, so he can move up. But I think it illustrates this notion that you always have to be on the lookout for talent, that there has to be a conscious effort within the military to identify talented people, not just for what they're doing now, but their potential in the future. And then you have to develop that talent systematically.